Hey guys, how you doing? This is Juan with Liberty Graphic Designs, and today I want to make a short video on registration and the problems that we all encounter with. Maybe not all the problems that we encounter with registration, but I'm gonna show you how I make my registrations real quick. Very easy, especially if you don't have a tri-lock system. So stay tuned. I will move the camera over to my palette so I can show you how I do my registration on my press. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. I'll show you real quick how to do your own registration, especially when you're working with multiple colors, halftones and stuff like that. I find it very easy, so let me show you real quick. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera over so you can see my palette. Okay, so first thing, if you notice, there's a set of lines. We all have a center line for our palette, and then we have a set of lines. This right here is your the chest, your left chest. And then I have a set of lines, and these lines right here, this one right here, it says front. I actually put the word right there, front. This is my registration line for the front of the t-shirt, and then I have this top one. Usually I draw this one in red. I drew them all the same color, but that doesn't matter. So this is what I do. You know, when you take your positives, you grab your positives, and you all have registration on your positives, you know, whichever registration it is that you guys use. I use two different registrations. I use this one, and then I use another one that we call it negative and positive, which is the same as that one, but the other one will have a circle. That will be the positive or the negative, whichever one you want to call it. And then we have a center line. That's the center of your design. It can also be a registration mark, just like that one. It don't have to be a line. So this line right here, that's what I use for the back of my shirts. And this design, it is actually going in the back of the shirt. So I have two different set of lines. And right now I'm going to line up my center line to the center of the palette. And then my two registrations to the line that is going to go on the back of my shirt. And this is, you know, that's where I want it. You know how when we're doing multiple colors like this, we basically stack the other positives on top of each other? Well, this way you don't have to do that, because you know that if you position your graphics at these lines, they all gonna be the same. So you don't have to be measuring on your screen and all that stuff that takes forever. So this will save you time. So once you set it where you want it, remember, you know, you gotta put tape on the back of it so it'll stick to the screen. So let me put it back in there. There you go. And then you grab your screen. I've already made the screens because this is a shirt that I've already made it in the past. So I'm just gonna use the screen just for an example. This one already has the image on it. So you will bring down the screen, you know, making sure that your positive doesn't move. And since you got tape, you know, just run your fingers on your hands all the way around where the tape is. And when you lift it up, the image, in this case, again, I didn't have any tape, so it's not gonna stick. It will be stuck to the screen, and you can burn it. You can burn it, and you know the process of burning the screen, right? So, and then whenever you're ready, just bring down your screen, clamp it down, find your center marks. I don't know if you can see them. They're really hard to see because these ones are so high up. And this is another palette. Again, this screen was made on a different palette, so that's why they're not lining up down here where the other one was. And then I would just line it up, you know, to my marks. Let me line that one up. Line it up. And that's already lined up. Ready to go. I will grab my second screen, do the same thing, line it up to my registration marks, and then just do a quick round, a quick test, make sure that everything is nice and square, register. And that's pretty much it. It's very easy. But the biggest problem that I find is not my registration marks. My biggest problem is in the actual press. I will show you that little fix. And move this camera. Let me show you the biggest problem that I have. That right there, this right here is the biggest problem that I have, and I'm assuming that most of you have, because when you grab the screen, if you notice the screen is square, but if you notice the brackets, see that round part right there? Well, when you put your screen on the press, notice it's gonna sit all the way in the back. That little deal doesn't work. Okay, so notice how it sits all the way in the back. But do you see that gap? When you go to tighten this down and it starts putting pressure, it pushes the screen forward ever so slightly and it moves out of registration. So this is what I do to fix that. Okay, so here's what I do to fix that little deal right there. I grab a piece. This is corrugated plastic. You can find this at Home Depot, Lowe's. I get this because we also make yard signs. Lowe's and Home Depot, you're gonna pay about $10 for a sheet that measures 18 by 24. And you got little strips like that. This is like a 1 inch by 8 inches. You just put it in the back of your clamp right there. And this is what I do. I grab a piece of double-sided tape. And you can leave this there all the time. Okay, so what I do is I take my piece of corrugated plastic and I put a piece of double-sided tape on it. Let me peel this back. So there you go. I put that double-sided tape on it, and then I adhere this to the back of my clamp. And that's gonna stay there all the time. You just leave it there. Now when you bring your screen, and you wanna do this before you do the screens, before you burn them. That way that's already set. Let me move it forward so you can see it. Now this little piece of corrugated plastic is gonna create almost a perfect corner. And it's not gonna let, or it's not gonna push the screen forward. So now when I go to clamp my screen down, because I have a gap in there, and it's not hitting this little round part right there, it won't push my screen forward. And it'll stay in the same spot. Let me see if I can show you right here. So let me do it real quick. I'm gonna take this off, put my screen, and bring the camera back over here. Go. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to see the lines and the registration mark. And right now I got it upside down so you can see the registration mark. So if you see, let me focus. Okay, so there's my registration mark, and I'm gonna move it, put it right there, and that's without the little piece of plastic in the back. Notice how it's gonna move. You probably cannot see it on screen because the movement was so slightly. It's just a little bit. But that little bit on your screen it's actually a lot. So now let's bring in the piece of corrugated plastic. Put it in the back. You can't see that on camera, but I just put it back. So now if I bring my screen and start tightening it, there's absolutely no movement whatsoever. None. And that's how I fix my registration problems. With a little piece of with a little piece of corrugated plastic and the back of the screen. And that fixes all my problems when it comes to registration. So there you go, guys. When it comes to registration, this is what I use behind the screen and the back of the screen, right in the clamp. It hurts nothing. It stays completely out of the way, and it pushes your screen forward about 1/8 of an inch, keeping it away from the little curve. That way it doesn't either tilt, move forward, or do any weird stuff. And I know a lot of you is going to say, well, why don't we just pull the screen forward? But we tend to forget. So if you put a little piece, and you don't have to be corrugated plastic, you can put a piece of wood, you can put something in there. Just make sure that it's all the same all the way around, and it'll save you a lot of headaches. Again, this is only for this type of presses. If you have a side clamps, obviously you don't have that problem. But if you have that clamp in the back, only one clamp, then that's for you. Again, if you have side clamps, disregard everything I said. Not everything though. If you have side clamps, use this little method where you draw the lines in the actual pallet, and you do that to every single pallet. So when you go to lay down your positives, and it's already being registered on your pallet other than somewhere else, it'll save you a lot of headaches. So guys, I hope this was a lot of useful information for some of you, or for all of you. If you like this video, hit the little thumbs up. I would like it if you guys subscribe, and if you share it, and ding the little bell. That way you know when I upload new videos. So again, guys, this is a pleasure making these videos for you guys. Take care of yourselves. Keep palm printing. And if you guys have a useful way of if you guys have another useful way how to deal with registration, please comment below. Let me know what is the methods that you guys use when it comes to doing multiple colors that are so demanding that they have to be dead on, spot on. Let us know. Comment below. And if you want to see any more videos, let me know. Just comment below. I'm currently working on restretching your screens on aluminum frames. So that's what I'm working on. I'm almost done with that one. It's been a headache, but I'm almost there. So guys, again, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on the video, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out. Take care.